Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Welcome to the jungle. We got what it takes. We got everything you want. Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue. Run to the hills. Run now. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the
Welcome to everybody's least favorite day of the week. That's right, we're at Monday. I'm your host, Pi, and this is Liquid Lunch and the return of Raptor Mom. What's up, Mom?
Hey, guys.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Like, we're almost finished with moving.
Nice. So you said you get your household goods tomorrow?
Yes.
Nice. I bet you can't wait for that, huh?
I mean, I can, but I can't. Like, I want my furniture, but then again, I'm dreading having to pack all those boxes.
Yeah. Hey, you know the movers unpack all that shit for you, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't get put away. They just unpack it, and it gets,
Yeah, they just dump it on the floor, and that's it, and then you're left with a huge freaking mess.
Correct.
But,
so
what you can do is
Huh?
what we learned is you have, I think it's like 90 days or something, where you can unpack the stuff on your own, and then you can call them one time within, I think it's that 90 days, and they'll come up and pick up all the boxes and papers and all that shit that you no longer need.
Yeah.
So yeah, so at least it's not bad. At least there's a way to get rid of all the boxes. And I mean, I think you can throw that shit up on like Craigslist or something, and people come snatch that shit up anyway.
That too, and what we've done in the past with the boxes, but unfortunately, the yard we have isn't big enough to do it. We always have taken the boxes and made a giant box maze with the kids. I mean, it was a blast. But yeah, so unfortunately we can't do it this time because our backyard is like the size of the courtyard I had in my house at Hood. So yeah.
So for anyone that isn't following the WTF Nation Radio Facebook page or my page, you won't notice this. But for anyone that is following both of them, as well as the main page, you may notice something different. So Redleg's been busy working behind the scenes, setting some stuff up for this Colorado event, the Freedom On Festival. And he's been doing some tech stuff and put something pretty cool together. And what we normally do on the show is we normally go live on the US Army WTF Moments page and the Facebook page, and then we share the show to what other pages we want to share them to. Well, this little tech genius called Redleg came up with this thing. I mean, I'm not going to give trade secrets away, but he came up with this thing where we're able to go live on multiple pages at the same time without having to share it. Because if you know anything about the way Facebook works, they're all about original posts and stuff. So if you have a Facebook page, a business or something like that, here's some tips for you. So the way Facebook works, the reach is how many people's timelines or pages your post went on. And then obviously views and stuff is people that actually viewed it or watched it. So organically, Facebook typically shares to the most amount of people certain types of posts. So their biggest one they're sharing right now organically is Facebook Live. And then after that, I think it's the a picture and then text in the post, and then it's just raw text, and then it's videos outside of Facebook. And you can test this on your own. You'll see that if you put up a Facebook Live, even for like 5 minutes, the reach on that alone is going to be substantially bigger than if you just put a regular text post. Because Facebook wants to advertise their own shit, so there's nothing wrong with that. Now, if you share something, yes, it gets a bit more views because it's going to different places and different audiences, but it's still not enough. So just because a person or you shared something, it doesn't mean it's going to organically get more views. The way that works is if your audience shares and likes and comments on that particular post. So once it reaches certain markers or milestones, then Facebook automatically, organically shares it with more people. It's weird the way it all works. So in theory, using the method I'm just trying out for the first time now, which is streaming directly to 3 different Facebook pages, in theory, it should get more reach. The only issue with that is there's going to be 3 different sets of stats. So I don't know. Yeah. So there's that whole mess to work out now. But there you go. So welcome to Monday morning's edumacation. Or Monday lunchtime, wherever you are in the world.
It's too early for this.
I know, right? I've been having sleep problems recently again. So I literally woke up maybe 45 minutes ago.
I'm just trying to adjust to the time change.
So what is the time change? Because you're in the same state, right?
Yes, El Paso is the only part of Texas that I think is in Mountain Time Zone.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So now for me, it's a liquid lunch being at 11. It's at 10. I mean, no big deal.
Oh, so
yeah.
you go an hour back. That ain't bad. It's going to, for a while, it's going to feel like you can get more done in the day.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, and then we're going to have the next time change here in a few weeks. So.
Oh, yeah. We changed to, was it daylight savings time or something?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
clocks go
fall back. Yeah, so.
So everyone gets to lay in bed for an extra hour.
I know. Exciting.
I know, right? I remember, well, I got out in 2014, but holy shit, I was away for 4 years. Every time the clocks went back, I was always, back in the States, but every time the clocks went forward, so I always got fucked out of an extra hour. But yeah, I was always downrange when the clocks went back. Man, sad times. Oh, shit. Speaking of sad times, I'm hoping most of you, if not all of you, have heard of this. And if not, oh my gosh, I got people talking and shit. Be quiet. And if you haven't heard of this, you're probably going to need to sit down for this one. So, the VA, the fucking VA. You know what we should do, Reptar Mom? We should try and get an interview with like a VA person and bring them on the show one lunchtime and quiz them about all their screw ups and like ask them like what's up with this, because there's obviously no accountability for any of this crap.
So, like, as in somebody that holds a higher position?
Yeah, like the national office, not in any particular state, but someone in the national office that has oversight. And it's probably going to end up being like a public affairs person, if anyone.
Fun.
Yeah, because, I mean, they don't want people putting a foot in their mouths. So, yeah, it'd probably end up being the PAO. So that would probably be the best place to reach out to start with. I doubt anyone would want to come on, but hey, you never know. Worth a try, right?
Sure.
But it's freaking ridiculous. All right, so first of all, let's recap briefly. So we had the horrific wait times scandal. Then we had like vets dying for waiting for freaking insane amount of times. Then people's records being destroyed. Then there was the the mold and the leaking and all that kind of stuff in surgery rooms. Then there was
Surgical equipment or equipment not being properly.
the dental stuff, which gave people like HIV and stuff like that. A plethora of different issues. I think like from, wow, when did this all start? Like a few years back? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's been going on for longer than that. It just hasn't come out. So this latest issue with the VA comes out of Chicago, where veterans' corpses have been found rotting in the Chicago's VA morgue. And apparently the agency is making more excuses. So the Department of Veterans Affairs can't seem to keep up with the burden of their heavy workload. Now, this is an article coming from the Tribunist.com. So I think they're a pretty retrobable. Yeah, that word. They're a pretty good stand-in news outlet type place. But it goes on to say they've taken flack for administrative corruption, long wait times, and even negligent responses to suicidal soldiers seeking assistance. The latest scandal to break paints another bleak picture. A whistleblower at an Illinois VA hospital has leaked news that dead bodies of veterans have been left unclaimed in the morgue for up to 2 months. Complaints were lodged with the VA's Inspector General, and everything must go crazy, last month about the Edward Hines Jr. VA hospital's handling of cadavers. In some cases, veterans' families had not claimed the bodies. The complaint names Christopher Wertes, some weird name, Chief of Patient Administrative Services. The Chief of PAS has the funds available, the complaint reads, yet has no sense or urgency to lay the veteran to rest. Senator Mark Kirk, Republican out of Illinois, has called for Wertes to be fired. Hines VA, the hospital that has been overrun with cockroaches and mold and left veterans waiting for care for months on a secret wait list, has reached a new low in the treatment of our veterans. Kirk said in an interview with Fox, "We now have reports of bodies being left to decompose in the morgue for months on end. Some veterans' remains have been left in our hospital morgue for 45 days or more until they are stacked to capacity at times." Get this part. I read this and I was shocked. So
I think I know what part you're talking about.
Yeah, I thought it was bad, and then this point just blew me away. So if there's any of you guys out there that work in mortuary affairs, give me a call because I got a few questions for you. 415-889-8367. But the article goes on to say, the level of decay was so pronounced that at least one of the bodies had liquefied. When the staff tried to remove it, the body bag burst. That is insane. How long do you now? This is a morgue. Now I don't know if the morgue freezer things, the wall stack that they put the bodies in. I don't know if they're temperature controlled or anything like that. But even not, it's at least room temperature. I would say a little bit less to stop the decay in the body so quick.
Well, it's kind of like a refrigerator.
Yeah, that's what I would assume. But
yeah,
if that is the case, even then, how long does it take for a body to freaking liquefy? I mean, even refrigerated, the cold is supposed to help stop or not stop, but slow down the process of decomposure. So
yes,
it blows my mind that waited so long that at least one of the bodies had liquefied. Kirk has taken his concerns to the VA secretary, Bob McDonald. Well, in my
Oh,
opinion,
good luck with that.
Yeah, that's pointless. I mean, you might as well take it to freaking Ronald McDonald, because he's going to do about the same as freaking Bob McDonald would do. I mean, this Wirtz guy has been under scrutiny before. The Office of Special Counsel found Wirtz to had devised a secret waitlist and was exposed back in 2014. So this was a guy that created this secret waitlist, and obviously nothing happened to him. And now he's the guy,
the dead body guy now.
Yeah, the center of this dead body stuff. Like,
What disturbs me is their excuse is saying that none of their family members came to claim the body.
I know we're getting there. The paper trail for this debacle seems even more damning. There is an invoice for an unclaimed veteran that has been here for over 30 days. Please approve the burial at Abraham Lincoln, a clerk wrote to Wirtz. Approval of unclaimed veteran D status? ? He wrote again several days later. When no response came, he asked more bluntly, any further on my poor unclaimed? I will file a police report, but I hate doing that. Emails from June 14th to August 29th of this year state that 2 different veterans languished in the morgue for a month or more. A manager at the hospital finally said he would try to figure it out with the funeral home. At least he would be laid to rest. I have not heard anything as to the approval for funeral home pickup. It will be a month tomorrow, the clerk responded. The spokesman for the hospital, Rick Fox, disputed the allegations, saying, we take whistleblower allegations very seriously and absolutely agree that all of our veterans deserve dignity and respect in life and in death. While our investigation into this matter is still ongoing, we have found allegations related to consistent problems with dignified and timely burials to be unsubstantiated. However, we have taken this opportunity to review our policies and procedures and are currently working to improve them. Now, let me stop there. So, essentially, this guy is saying that this is all like stupidness. They're like, this isn't happening. And I guess while during their investigation into this matter, they're gonna take this opportunity to review their policies, which is great, and their procedures, which is awesome. But when he goes on to say, and are currently working to improve them. Well, why did it take a situation like this for you to look at your policies? And more importantly, when you create these policies, shouldn't there be some kind of update timeline? Let's say, for example, every 6 months to a year, we're going to review the current policy for, ABC, whatever the case may be, and then make sure they're updated and put into effect. Not wait for something like this to happen and then, quote, currently working to improve them. So there's obviously some issues there if they have to improve these damn things. Senator Kirk, though, isn't finished with this. He's the chairman of the Appropriations Committee on Military Construction and Veterans Affairs. And last week, he introduced a bill called the Respectful Interment for Passing Veterans Act. The bill would require expeditious and respectful provision of burial and funeral services for indigent deceased veterans and remains of deceased veterans that are unclaimed. Why would you have to make that freaking law? Shouldn't that be like basic human policy? Like, hey, a dude or a chick died, let's bury them as quick as possible just out of respect. I mean, that's basic common sense. Oh, this is a thing the VA really gets under my skin, because it seems like every single thing they do, the solution for it is common sense. But yet they screw it up so bad that there has to be laws made to make sure they do it. But then I can guarantee, even after the law is made, they're still going to go ahead and do whatever it is they want to do, and they're not going to be prosecuted for. And now I'm assuming the only reason the law is put in place is, one, to actually no shit say, hey, you now have to do it because it's a law, and if you don't, you will be prosecuted. But as we've seen, you can't even fire these VA employees because of their stupid freaking unions and these law offices and just the corruption that is involved in the VA. So what's a law going to do about this crap?
I mean, I've heard, like mortuaries where, they've gotten, arrested for or losing their licenses for shit like this, for just leaving dead bodies in their funeral home and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, I don't understand it. Like, whether it's the VA or a private funeral home or your local hospital morgue, regardless of where it is, I mean, it's basic freaking human decency to bury someone as soon as possible after they decease or after they're dead. I mean, I get it. Like, there's certain conditions arise. Like, if there's an autopsy or if there's some kind of complication or if there's a legitimate reason, okay, fine, I got it. I understand that. Not a problem. But just because you can't be bothered to do your job or because you're too busy with something else, that to me is not a freaking excuse in any way, shape, or form. It's ridiculous. I would like to say maybe the VA's funding should be cut to teach them a lesson, but the only people that's going to impact is the few veterans they do actually help. The bonuses need to be gone. For one, they do a public service. They're not a private company, so no one in there should be getting any type of freaking bonuses. Second of all, they need to be held accountable for what they do. And if it's criminal, and something like this, in my opinion, is criminal, then they need to be held accountable. And last but not least, by any means, is if they don't do their jobs, they should be fired. The unions and all this bullshit, it screws everything up. Yes, I agree with unions to a certain point. Yes, employees should be protected from the bullying of employers and, the manhandling and all that kind of stuff. I agree with it completely. But if you screw up, you take responsibility for your actions. At that point, if you screw up, the union should be like, fuck it, we're done. You're on your own. I mean, the union's supposed to be there to protect you from the employer, not protect you from your own stupid actions.
You know what's really sad is there's a lot of very good employees for the VA.
Right.
And the shit like this overshadows the good things that they do.
It does.
It shouldn't, it shouldn't have to come to that. Like, I wish, the VA would be in the news more, often for, the good things. But unfortunately, stuff like this, dead bodies sitting in a morgue for, over a month, kind of.
Yeah. If you guys have watched any of my previous shows, you'll know that the VA's on here quite a lot. But I've also given the VA props for when it's due, I give them praise if they deserve praise. And I think I've only done that once or twice. But I always say, when one of these stories come up, oh, I'm sorry. I always say that for the most part, your average VA employee, the person that you connect with day to day, the person you see day to day, generally speaking, them people do the right thing. They go to work for the VA because they want to help veterans. They do their job day in, day out because they want to help veterans. I mean, their job is just like any other. There's good days, there's bad days. There's days that they want to punch the veterans. There's days that they don't want to go home because they love the way the day is going. Just like any job. So just because they work for the VA doesn't make them any different. It's just like any job. But for the most part, I would be willing to say that these employees do what they do because they love doing it and they do the right thing. As I always say, it's once you get to the middle management and up, that's when everyone feels that they're untouchable and they can do whatever they want, and they don't give a shit about the veterans. They don't give a shit about the employees. They don't give a shit about nothing but themselves and their own career progression. At that point, at middle management, it all becomes how far can I go in my career and how much money can I make. Now, again, is generally speaking, I'm pretty sure not every middle manager or above is like that. I'm pretty sure there's some great middle managers and some directors and high up, people. I'm sure there's great people that love their job, that are dedicated and committed to helping veterans in every way possible. But it's like Raptor Mom said, a few people overshadow everyone else. Like this, for example, the Chicago VA. Well, now everyone in the Chicago VA is been grouped into this. And it may be just the morgue and a few managerial type people that are to blame for this, but the whole entire Chicago VA has now got a black mark against it.
And my question is like, the people that work in the morgue, you have your, the doctors and the, brain fart. Not morticians, to do the autopsies.
Yeah, they're the doctors.
Well, anyways, I'm pretty sure their hands are probably tied because it sounds like it's like these emails are going back and forth. They're like, hey, there's this person laying here in the morgue who needs to be buried.
Yeah.
Nobody's claimed them. What do you want us to do? And they're just like,
yeah, well, from
back and forth.
From the emails, it seems like it almost seems like each veteran needs approval to be buried wherever they want to be buried. So from just reading this article, and I haven't seen both sides, I haven't heard both sides. All the information I've got is this and one other article that pretty much says the same thing. But it's from a worker sending up to this Wordle guy saying, hey, this guy needs to be buried. We need approval for it. And then he gets ignored several days later. He's like, hey, what's the status? We need to find out. We need this approval. And then again, no reply. So he's like, all right, well, if you don't freaking tell me what's going on, then I'll file a police report because it's obviously criminal.
Yeah.
And then she still didn't get a reply. She's like, all right, you know what, fuck it. I'll work it out on my own. At that point, I would say protocol's out the window and just go ahead and prove it yourself. I mean, if people above you are not doing their freaking job, like, what else are you supposed to do? I mean, whether you've got the authority to approve it or not, at that point, it doesn't matter. Like, so let's say this. If Redleg decides not to do anything, just sit back and don't do a damn thing, and we need stuff from Redleg, and he just doesn't do anything, doesn't reply, not damn thing. We have two options. We can either take over and do it ourselves, whether it's the right thing to do or not, because we're not getting approval for it, so we just do whatever we think is best, or we just don't do shit, and then the radio station crumbles. Mm-hmm. Same as in the military, right? You go ask your NCO for something, say job-related, and he doesn't get back to you. You hit him up again, doesn't get back to you. You hit him up again, he's just not interested. Well, you got a choice. You either go ahead and do it to complete the job the way it should be done, or you become part of the problem and say, screw it, I'm not doing anything. And then eventually someone's going to be like, why isn't this done? Well, because Sergeant so-and-so didn't give me this, that, and the other. Well, you can't do it? You can't take the initiative to go do that crap? Yeah, you gotta step up and freaking make these decisions. And if it comes back that you made the wrong decision and someone comes down to you, then your excuse, or not excuse, but your defense is, I approached so-and-so, they didn't want to have nothing to do with it, so I took it upon myself to do what I thought was the right thing. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. To me, it's common sense. If a job needs done, then get it freaking done. Whether someone else wants to approve it, help you do it, or do their own freaking job is irrelevant. If something needs done, then you go ahead and do it to the best of your ability. And if that means that you got to step up and make some hard calls that you shouldn't be doing, then it is what it is. At the end of the day, especially with something like this, where a veteran's getting buried, it's your job to get it done. It's that simple.
I'm just kind of curious, like, to what laws, they could use, to hold it against their heads for. Is that improper?
I'm not sure, but I'm sure there would be something like.
I know there's like the improper disposal of a body.
Yeah, but I mean, technically they're not disposing of it; they're just not doing anything with it. I'm pretty sure there's some type of law, something like degrading a body or like messing with it, or like tampering with a dead body or something like that. So essentially, not doing anything with the body and letting it decompose is the same thing. You're tampering with a dead body. I don't even know if that's that specific as a law, but
pretty sure that breaks, health code violation. It has to.
Oh yeah, because just all the toxins and stuff that would come off a decomposing body. Now I'm not sure how much of the body bag would hold that stuff in. I'm pretty sure the majority of it, because if it didn't, then that morgue would be stinking. Especially filled at capacity with decomposing bodies. I'm not sure. That's why I said if any of you guys out there are mortuary affairs or have dabbled in that in any kind of way, then give me a call at 415-889-8367. Maybe you can help shed some light on this particular story and the inner workings of a mortuary. Hey, what's up, Jay? Ready?
Oh.
Hey, what's up, man? I got a question. I don't know if this be along the lines of it, but I have requested for all of my friends to do this when I die. Is build a fucking pyre, put it on a boat, send me out, and shoot a flaming arrow and let me burn.
Is that legal? Can you do that? Can you do that?
Like, I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Like, my roots, I come from Viking roots, and
that'd be pretty cool.
Fuck yeah, that's how I want to go out.
But I'm pretty sure some idiot somewhere would say that's a health code violation because now you've got a dead body, just swimming down the freaking the local lake or river. I don't know how they feel about that. I'm pretty sure they'd say that's some kind of health code violation because I mean,
put me in the ocean.
Even in the ocean, they're going to say no because look at it this way: you're never going to the fire in the pyre or whatever. It's going to disintegrate. Okay, the wood's going to burn, the boat's going to burn. It's just going to crash. Then the fire will eat away at the skin and some of the body and the fat, but the fat and stuff, a lot of it's going to turn into liquid type crap. Okay, but then you also have the bones. That fire is never going to get hot enough to burn away the bones. So now you've got like a random skeleton with like juices and body fats that can't burn properly left in whatever place the boat finally sinks at. So I think for that reason, they're going to say due to health concerns, you can't do that.
The fish will eat it.
Well, but
then that's how we get like mutated fish.
Isn't there burials at seas though?
There is to the point where they drop the body. Like apparently Osama bin Laden just got thrown overboard.
They've done that to sailors, and they still do that to sailors.
Yeah, but there's a difference. I don't know if throwing a body overboard is different than burning a body at sea. I mean, I may be wrong. I'm just trying to, come up with stuff that may cause it, or may be an issue to doing it. I have no idea either way.
Well, my friends are secretly gonna fucking do that to send me to Valhalla.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. All you got to do is go out to the ocean and, at night, just rent a boat or whatever and just go out there a few miles, just light that shit on fire and just push you away.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem is the Coast Guard might turn up at some point, but apart from that, I mean, you should be good.
I'll already be up in Valhalla by then, so it'll be okay.
Yep. But
all right. Well, just wondering if that.
All righty, man. Well, I appreciate the calls, Jay. Ready?
All right. Peace. Y'all be good.
All right, brother.
You
Speak to
too.
you soon. Yeah, that'd be kind of interesting. So, hey, that brings up a good question. If you guys have well, all right. So, generally speaking, people get buried one or two ways. They get buried, or
cremated.
Yeah, they're cremated. So, Jay Reddy wants to be burnt on a pyre and sent off like in the old Viking way. Let me know if any of you guys have some weird request of how you want to be buried. Let me know. 415-889-8367. Like, I've heard of people being cremated and then the ashes thrown at sea. I've even heard of a person being cremated and then like their buddy or the other half or whoever have taken them skydiving and thrown them out of the plane. Like ashes being put on the top of a mountain, like stuff like that. Which is kind of weird, but I mean, it's kind of cool. But yeah.
Well, they have it now. I guess you could take your cremated ashes and put into a rocket, and you're sent out to space.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I actually heard of. Get this. I actually heard of an item. So if you're a chick, if your husband dies, you can get him cremated. And then you can put him inside a special dildo, so he's
I've heard
always
of
with
that.
you. Like, what kind of shit is that? What's up, Vince?
Well, like, you just cremate the dick and just put it in the dildo.
Yeah, there's that too. I mean, you could always freeze it or something. I don't know. I mean, why wouldn't you just, while he's still living, why wouldn't you go ahead and get a mold made and have your very own personal dildo? I mean, wouldn't that be better? A little bit less creepy.
Love never dies, man. Love never dies.
I guess not. How you doing, brother?
How's it going, Fire? Hey, Mom.
Hey.
How y'all doing?
Hey,
Okay,
good, man.
so
Good,
here's
man.
my thing. I don't want to be buried. I want to be cremated. And if you've ever seen that movie How High, where it's a Method Man and Red Man movie, their homeboy dies, gets it's horrible death. It's really freaking funny.
Oh,
They go
yeah.
and they grow a strain of weed out of their buddy's ashes,
Oh, wow.
and then they go off to Harvard, and their buddy gives them they smoke this weed that they grew out of his ashes, and then his ghost appears and he gives them all the answers to their exams and shit. And they get their doctorates or some shit like that. It's really funny. So when I die, I want my little sister to grow a plant out of my ashes.
Now, you know this was in the movies, right? I don't think this actually happened. Like, can you do
can
that?
do it. You can do it. I used to put ashes in the soil of my plants all the time, and some like I know for roses, your ashes would or any ashes really would it's a type of fertilizer for them.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Carbon.
That's pretty cool.
But and my missus, she wants to be putting she wants to do the what was it, the compression to they turn your ashes into a diamond.
To a diamond?
So she went, yeah, you can get your loved one's ashes turned into a diamond, so that they last forever.
Wow, I've never heard of that.
died.
And like, I know it's I guess the process would be somewhat simple. It's essentially just squeezing that crap together as hard as possible. But I mean, is there enough ashes created from the human body to be able to do that?
I mean, it's a thing now, so there should be.
Wow, I've never ever heard of that.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean that's. I've heard the earliest I've heard about that being done was I want to say maybe the first time I heard it was like 1990 something.
wow. Okay, so from a website called lifegem.com, it says, what is a life gem? The life gem is a certified high-quality diamond created from the ashes of your loved one as a memorial to their unique and wonderful life. The life gem diamond can also be made from the carbon in a lock of hair. Holy shit. A life gem diamond provides comfort and support when you are blah, blah, blah. And you can call them for a free like shipping kit, which I guess gives you a whole bunch of information. The prices on this thing, whoo! All right, so man, I guess they got different options. All right, so they got like
how much do you love your dead loved one?
Yeah, I know, right? They got a blue life gem collection, colorless, which is like white, yellow, red, green, and then I guess family plan. I guess you can bundle more than one person into it. I think it's like a number, like you can get 2 of them done or something. All right, so let's see. For the Blue Life Gem Collection, man, it goes up in carats. So I'm guessing this is actual diamonds as well. So I guess they infuse the ashes with this stuff. I don't know. But it says option 1, which is a
Quarter
0.10 to 0.19 carat range. Jesus. Is $2,999.
Damn.
So, yeah, $3,000 for a 0.10 to 0.19 carat. And I'm not sure on the whole carat stuff. I don't do diamonds, so I'm not sure if I'm saying the carat stuff. I'm not sure what 1 carat is and all that crap. So that's the
1 carat. Jesus fuck.
That's the least expensive. So $3,000. The most expensive, which is option 8, which is 0.90 to 0.99 carat. You're looking at $20,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's for the blue life. The cheapest for the colorless, like the white diamond looking thing. So the 0.10 to 0.19 is $3,000. The most expensive for that, option 6, 0.70 to 0.79. You're looking at $13,200. But yeah, that's let's see, 77. Yeah, it's the same. So it's all the same price point. It just depends on the carats you want. No, it looks like yellow is different for some reason.
Oh, like as in yellow diamond, or like
Yeah.
as in?
Yeah, like a yellow diamond. So yellow diamond, 0.90 to 0.99 is 13,000 each. But then you can go yellow 1 carat collection. So you can get 1 carat and above, 1 1/4 and above, 1 1/2 and above, which is like 15, 17, and 20 respectively. The red, the cheapest is 0.10 to 0.19, is like $2,700. The most expensive is 0.90 to 0.99, which is 18,000. And then you got the green collection, which is the same.
Does it say like how much of a sample they need?
Let me see. How to order.
Only on WTF Nation Radio.
I know, right?
You'll find out how to turn your loved ones into a diamond.
Oh, there we go. How much ashes is needed to make a life gem diamond? From just 8 ounces, 200 grams of cremated remains, we can extract enough carbon to make multiple diamonds. typically all the diamonds that a family wants. We store any unused carbon free for the family after their order is complete. This is great protection in case their life gem diamonds are ever lost or stolen.
But what they're really trying to say, really nicely, is that they'll put everybody's ashes that they get into one big pile. So that way, they never run out.
This is kind of interesting. Like, I would like to actually know the process of doing this, because if you go to their website, lifegem.com, and you look at the diamonds, they look no different than any other freaking diamond you would buy in the store. So there's no real way to tell if, like, ashes are actually in there. It's almost like you have to trust them that they actually happened.
Well, they have that tours and process tab. Click on that.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm looking at the FAQs right now. It says, how long does it take to create a life gem diamond? Well, typically it takes about 6 to 9 months to create the diamond. This is due partially to our scientific process and partially from the overwhelming demand of life gem diamonds. Throughout the process, our automated system notifies the family, blah, 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 blah. I don't see enough people doing this where it could take 6 to 9 months wait time.
I don't know. We probably might be surprised.
Maybe. Here you go. Because, when I was reading a part, they said they can pull carbon from a lock of hair. So there's a FAQ on this. It says, we will capture the carbon from the lock of hair you provide. The larger the lock of hair, the more carbon we will be able to collect. For example, the amount of hair collected from a standard male's haircut or the amount you could easily hold in the palm of your hand is more than sufficient to make 1 or 2 life gem diamonds.
Huh.
That's insane.
So I guess you could do it while they're alive.
Yeah. Ain't that some shit?
Okay, so you'll let Mrs. Pie know about all this?
Wow. So here's an idea, boys and girls. So if any of you out there ever thought, hey, what can I get my parents? I think that would be pretty freaking cool. Or, hey, what can I get my kids for like a graduation gift from like high school or college or something? Obviously, the minimum is like $3,000. But if you got $3,000 floating around, I would assume they do like payment plans. I don't know. I'd have to look into that. But yeah, I mean, that would be cool. Like you get a lock of hair, send it over to these guys. They make a diamond out of it. And then you give it to your kid for like graduation or whatever. And then in a couple of years, when you kick the bucket, at least they have like that diamond of you. I think that'd be pretty freaking cool.
So, okay, I just kind of thought of this. What about Mrs. Red Lake? Because, he's definitely, bald. I mean, would she submit his pubes?
That's a good question.
I present you this time in made out of my pubic hair.
Yeah, I would assume so, or like armpit hair or some shit. I don't know. Wow, yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Go to the coroner's office and be like, okay, I need to shave all of the hair off of his body. Why?
He'll be like,
don't worry
hair?
about what I'm doing. It's my body. I can do what I want with it.
Yeah, that brings. I don't see why not. I mean, I guess it could be done if you wanted to go that route. Yeah, Mark says shave his legs.
Hey,
There's his butt hair.
I think the pubes, his butt hair makes it a little bit more interesting than his leg hair.
Oh, it does. It does. Most definitely. Yeah. Wow. So I got a pretty cool story for you guys. So I laughed my ass off, and I think I'm gonna start doing something very similar to this, because it is just freaking awesome, and I'm glad someone done this. Great, awesome. Someone needs to buy this kid a beer. So Michigan is the latest states, colleges, whatever, to jump on board is political correctness bullshit. So Michigan mandates the use of preferred pronouns. And because of that, a student said, all right, I'll play your stupid game. My pronoun is His Majesty. As social justice warriors continue to win influence, school administrators, ever wary of the possibility of lawsuits and public shame, continue to cave to the most ridiculous of student requests. The latest story comes from the University of Michigan. Notice went out recently that professors were to address students by their chosen pronouns. Students could choose options like he, she, they, or could go for something new and gender neutral, like the plural they or Z. Who the fuck came up with Z? Like, you know what? Let me just throw P and K together and just freaking call it. There you go. I call myself. Like, what the fuck? Oh my Jesus. But this new policy has backfired in the most hilarious way. A conservative student named Grant Strobel is the chairman of the Young Americans for Freedom's Board of Governors. When Strobel saw that he got to choose his pronoun, he chose His Majesty. Now Strobel says he has no problem with students asking to be identified in a certain way. Yet he felt it important to make a symbolic stand against what he feels is a ludicrous university policy. The university vice president and provost of student life said employing preferred pronouns was one of the most basic ways to show your respect for their identity and to cultivate an environment that respects all gender identities. Shut up. Strobel feels that the pronoun situation is arbitrary and stands opposed to the university's intention to discipline faculty and students who don't play along. I henceforth shall be referred to as His Majesty Grant Strobel. I encourage all UM students to go out into Wolverine Access and insert the identity of their dreams, Strobel said in an interview with the College Fix. Backlash from the SJWs, who feel like their identities are being mocked, has also been swift. Yet it isn't nearly as funny. Still, the new policy has imploded after Strobel's passive resistance. Others have joined suit. Many others are now changing their preferred pronouns officially, which will make it all but impossible to actually enforce the policy. Buy that kid a beer. That's awesome. I think I'm going to start doing that from now on. Like, especially in the VA.
Oh, you're a unicorn with the VA.
Oh shit, yeah. I should change that, like officially. I should officially identify as a unicorn. I completely forgot about that. Man, see, society trying to bring me down and put me back in that normal mindset. Damn you, society. Damn you, normal people. How dare you? Wow.
I'm a unicorn.
Yeah, I identify as a unicorn. I have a single horn, and I gallop around like a horse. I'm a unicorn.
There you go.
Boom. I wonder what my shrink's going to think of that.
They might put you. They might put you in the Nerf chair.
Yeah. Here's some
Yeah,
extra
I was gonna
meds.
say
We're
that.
sending you to the 5th floor. Oh, shit.
Start force feeding you grass. What do unicorns eat? Grass? I don't know.
Hey, grass is supposed to be nutritious for you. Actually helps. I mean, it's not good for a long-term diet, but it actually helps. Get that.
Certain types of grass.
Yeah. More education.
Certain types.
Wow. D-Mac said, I didn't know you were Cav. Oh, shit. Yeah, then maybe that's a bad idea, identifying as a unicorn. I don't really want to be associated with a Cav. I don't know.
Yeah, we got to think on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to have to rethink my pronouns. You know what? I'll rethink it, and I'll announce it at the Freedom On Festival. I'll announce what my new pronouns are going to be.
Oh, you got to get up on stage and announce it.
I do that. That's a done deal.
When like All That Remains or whoever's playing.
Yeah, I should introduce them, like Adrian said. Like, oh man, you should introduce us. So that's what I should do. I should introduce them and be like, before I introduce you guys to our special band that's coming up, I just want to let you know I identify as and some other crazy shit. But ultimately, maybe not a unicorn, but some kind of other dumb shit that I still got to work out. I don't know. Maybe I should go up there in a thong and do it.
Ooh.
You know, so that brings me to this question. So people are feeling offended about being called stupid shit, right? Can I be offended that I'm forced to wear clothing?
Depends on where you live.
Yeah, but I should be able to take the state to court saying your laws oppress my freedom and my ability not to wear clothes because I don't feel I should wear clothes because we were born naked and back in...
You identify as a nudist.
Yeah, there you go. Boom.
Then move to a nudist colony.
Why should I have to move? Why are you restricting me? Why are you putting me in a little freaking corner in the room? That's wrong.
Because nobody wants to see your unicorn.
Then don't freaking look. Simple. Boom. See? Yeah.
Your unicorn.
You see a dead cat on the side of the road. You don't like it. You don't look. There. Simple. You don't think about it.
How do you not look at that?
I don't know. What, dead cat?
Exactly.
Or me? Oh, shit.
I don't know, could you imagine, somebody going up to their chain of command saying, you need to identify me as a pronoun?
Oh, man. I don't know if anyone's got balls enough to do it. Like, I'm pretty sure there's some dudes that are in, pretty well with their first sergeant commanders. And they kind of joke around with their chain of command and shit. So, I mean, for someone like that, it's going to be a hard sell because you're going to be like, hey, first son, I want you to call me Zim from now on. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure the first son's going to be like, yeah, get the fuck out of here, you idiot. Because, they're used to, like, joking around and shit. It's going to have to come from, like, someone, like, completely serious. Or, like, one of the new guys.
Have I stood to a sergeant major?
Open door policy. That's what I should do. I should go to S1 and say, hey, I want to change all my paperwork.
To ICE.
Yeah, I now, like, identify as, like, some crazy shit. Like, have S1 actually work for once and, like, change all this shit. Alrighty, guys. So we're going to take a quick break because I forgot my dip at the beginning of the show, and I was too lazy to run up there just before the show started. And now I've been kind of, like, looking for it, and it's kind of subconsciously bugging me. Oh, shit. Subconsciously bugging me. And I got to go make a coffee because, man, one coffee doesn't wake me up enough. So check out some of this music from Redcon 1. And we will be right back.
Redcon 1 Music.
Some gave all up, and all gave some love. You sacrificed your life for me and mine to live. There's not a price that can be placed on what you've done, and I want to thank you, 'cause I know that I wouldn't be here. So I give you my civilian salute.
Make the welcome home signs. Show up at the airport, civilians push the hard line to always show our support. Heroes on the front line to squeeze and shoot, so we shake the hands of anyone that's in fatigues and boots. Here's my civilian salute. I appreciate your sacrifice. Pack up and leave your kids and wife to fight for what you know is right. To risk your life of mine, not knowing if you're gonna come back. So many battles lost, but the war was ours. Yeah, you won that. Yeah, the true meaning of been there, done that. Bombs dropping in your sleep, you're reaching for. Where's my gun at? I can't imagine, can't fathom the things you've seen. But it's because of that Jack gets to live out this dream. I wouldn't be be on the stage if it weren't for the days you gave me. Talking Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Navy. And my returning soldiers kick back and kiss your babies. Plus the women in uniform, you know I love you, ladies. I salute you.
Some gave all up, and all gave some love. You sacrificed your life for me and mine to live. There's not a price that can be placed on what you've done, and I wanna thank you, 'cause I know that I wouldn't be here. So I give you my civilian salute.
My brother, he went airborne. Uncle, he was Air Force. Even when away, I'm knowing that they was there for us. Even my nephew deployed as a U.S. soldier with wife and kids at home that can't wait to hold ya. My father was a Navy man, anchor tatted on his skin. Retirement that if they had to, they would do it all again. 10 months away in hopes to find a better day. This is just a temporary stay, and home is where your head should lay. We all wait for your return, yearn just to see your face again. Watch the calendar page turn to give America a win. Traditions of pride, proud people showing their unity. I'm a lucky SOB, accepted in a warfighter community. Embraced like a brother from another. But aside from looks, you would think we all share the same mother. I'm talking to Stephen Hobbs, Panda, Soldier Heart, J. Dukes. This civilian salutes you for everything you do. I salute you.
Some gave all up, and all gave some love. You sacrificed your life for me and mine to live. There's not a price that can be placed on what you've done, and I wanna thank you, 'cause I know that I wouldn't be here. So I give you my civilian salute.
Oh man, I'm all messed up. I just got back and I was like, But welcome back. So, if you guys didn't catch Friday night's show, like Friday Night Fuckery, you guys missed out on some good times. We had Adrian Estrella on the show. He's the lead singer for Assuming We Survive. And he is a great dude. I've never met him. I've spoken to him a few times before he came on the show. And then first time actually speaking to him on the show. Amazing freaking dude. And the reason I say that is because we gave the listeners, the opportunity to call in and speak to him, as we do for most guests we have on the show. And he had some loyal fans call into the show and it was like, "Hey Adrian, I'm so-and-so," and he would immediately know who that person was. He'd be like, I can't remember the names, but he'd be like, "Oh, hey Michelle, how you doing? How's the family?" And they'd be like, I don't know if you remember. "Yeah, I remember you. I met you at this place," and blah blah. Like, I think that was like to 4 or 5 different callers. Like he knew exactly who they were. And then after the call, he'd be like, "Oh, I remember them. It was like a mother and daughter group, and met at this place and done this." Like, amazing freaking dude. He was an Army vet. He was I think he said a Chinook or an Apache mechanic. Yeah, great freaking dude. Like, amazing. To be able to have, that kind of stardom or fame and still be grounded enough where your fans personally. I mean, obviously not every single fan, but as many fans as he can. Like, he takes that time to know the fans personally. It is freaking amazing. It's great. But he also stuck around for when we played Drink That Tune, which was pretty awesome. So we had a good time playing Drink That Tune. I think we went over by like 5-10 minutes as well. And so if you guys have never heard of Drink That Tune, or never played it, or never seen us play it, you have to be in the live chat at WTFNationRadio.com to play the game, just because it makes it easier to see who gets the correct answers and all that kind of stuff. Well, Spanky, one of our longtime listeners, she won the game. Now, the winner of the game normally gets a free WTF Nation Radio sticker of your choice. So she won the sticker, as she's done in the past. But then Adrian also said, hey, Spanky, I'm also going to give you 2 all-access tickets to any of our shows, like in your local area. So she won 2 all-access tickets to go see All That Remains. She lives in Texas, so she's going to go out there and see him. How awesome is that? Just gave away freaking tickets. Like, we had no idea he was going to do that. He just, like, threw it out there. So that's pretty awesome in my book. It was a great night. It was a lot of fun. So yeah. So you never know what's going to happen on the show. I guess that's life in general, really. Never really know what's going to happen. So it's always good to jump in and try stuff out. Here's an interesting story. Ben wants to know when we play Drink That Tune. So we always play Drink That Tune on Friday nights. We normally play it on the third portion of the show. So the structure kind of goes, the first portion we kind of do some news and bullshit in. Second portion, if we have a guest, we have the guest then. And then the third portion is Drink That Tune, which is always good fun. So yeah, and that reminded me of something.
What's that?
I'm about to message you.
Oh.
That I completely forgot about again. Bobby reminded me last week. I completely forgot this week, and man, I'm gonna have to like put it in big letters around here somewhere. But on Mondays, like today, we normally play. Well, we started a new game, and I think this would be the third week we played it. Do you even America, bro? The only problem is because I forgot about it. I didn't put any questions together. Completely forgot about it.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that right now.
Yeah. So.
Next Monday?
So next Monday. Yeah. Completely forgot about it. But yeah, there you go. So if you want your chance to win a WTF Nation Radio sticker, there's generally, I think, 2 ways of doing it. One is to take part and Drink That Tune on Friday nights, or play Do You Even America Bro on Mondays, if I remember to put the questions together. But there you go. And if you didn't know, we have a show here every night of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, always starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you can catch me here more often than not from 12 noon until 2 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. If we have podcasts we throw up on the website. So if you missed a show, or if you want to go check out some of our previous shows, head over to WTFNationRadio.com and hit up the podcasts. You can also listen to them on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, or Google Music Play. If you want to listen to us while you're out and about, and you can't really do it on Facebook Live, you can download the TuneIn Radio app. It's a free app. It's available for Android and Apple devices. Just go to your respective store and download TuneIn Radio. Once you've got that installed, search for WTF Nation Radio, and you can listen to us on the go. If you've got an Android device, you can download our app. We have an app that works for both Android and Apple devices, but it's only on the Google Play Store. So just go over there, search for WTF Nation Radio, download that. Why is it only on Google Play Store? Because we tried to put it up on iTunes, and we tried to pay them. You can put it on Google Play for free. iTunes wanted money for it. Apple wanted money. So we tried to pay them for 3 weeks, and they wouldn't take the money. So in the end, we said, screw it. We're not putting it up there. So good job, Apple. So there you go. That's kind of the rundown. tonight we got a Red Leg on the Monday edition. I don't think there's any guests on tonight.
No, there isn't.
But Red Leg's been working hard behind the scenes, getting ready for the Freedom On Festival, trying to do a lot of techie stuff and make shit look good. And as long as there's no gremlins in the system on the 14th of October at the Freedom On Festival, this thing is going to be phenomenal. Phenomenal.
It's like trying to say an enemy.
Yeah, an enemy. But yeah, now we're planning for worst case scenario. So we're setting everything up for worst case scenario. Best case scenario, this thing is going to be out of this world. But we probably won't know that until the day of or the day before. So this thing's going to be freaking amazing. And if you've never heard of Freedom On Festival, go to our website, WTFNationRadio.com. It's the very first thing you see. Click that for the information and ways to get tickets. But the Freedom On Festival is the first ever Freedom On Festival hosted by Drinking Brothers, which is Article 15 Clothing's podcast. So they're hosting the event. The event, like profits and monies and stuff like that, go towards the military non-profit charity Fallen Angel Aviator Foundation. They do great things. They look after the families of our fallen aviators. So as well as Drinking Brothers, you're going to have the cast of Range 15 there. You're going to have Article 15 Clothing. You're going to have Nick Palmascani from Ranger Up. You're going to have bands there, Assuming We Survive, All That Remains. Is it Brian Sala from Atreyu? Like all kinds of people. We're going to be there. Girls for Gunslingers. It's just going to be a great freaking time. So yeah. So if you want to go to this, it's happening on the 14th of October in Boulder, Colorado. So head on over to our website, WTFNationRadio.com. Click on the link. Give you the information on where to find tickets. And then if you kind of, or if you're interested, but you don't know how to get there, or like you don't know if you got the money to get there or anything like that, go on the Facebook search for Girls for Gunslingers. And the huge community that's helping to put this thing together. And throw a message in up on their page or groups or whatever, or send them a message and one of the admins will get back to you. But I know they have mini groups specifically for this event. And people are like carpooling together or like crashing together at hotel rooms to kind of like split the costs and all that kind of stuff. So maybe you can like reach out to someone and, maybe carpool or get a hotel room with someone else or a few people to kind of split the burden of the costs for this thing. But it's going to be great. So the concert, the event and stuff is happening on the 14th. And then on the 15th, there's a poker run going on. And again, all proceeds go towards the Fallen Angel Aviator Foundation. So it's for a good cause, a great event. And we're going to be there covering the whole thing. It's going to be pretty awesome. Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
Me too. It's like 2 weeks away.
Not even that.
10 days. 10 days. Well, 11 days, but 10 days. We'll be there in 9 days.
Yes.
Get that. Damn.
Yep, I'm driving, so.
How long's the drive for you?
I want to say when I looked it up, it's like 8 hours.
Oh, that's not that bad. You probably 1, maybe 2 stops.
Yeah, I won't have the kids or the dogs with me this time, so it'll make it a trip less less painful.
Yeah. I remember last time I drove down to Florida. I was still at Fort Bragg, but that was about an 8-hour drive, I think, something like that. Like 8-9 hour drive, and I think I only stopped like once, maybe twice, because I couldn't hold it in anymore. I needed to go piss. But yeah, so it's great without the kids and shit. You just kind of truck on through. So get this. This has happened in the past as well. I can't remember the specifics or when. But this article's coming from WSBTV.com. It's like an Atlanta news channel thing. But 7 military trainees from Afghanistan came over to the U.S. and are now missing. More than half a dozen trainees from Afghanistan have disappeared over the course of about 2 weeks. They were training at U.S. bases, including Fort Gordon in Augusta and Fort Benning near Columbus. It's concerning and legitimately so, Georgia State University security and counterterrorism expert Robert Friedman said. Several trainees went AWOL from bases so far this month. Friedman says he does not think the timing is a coincidence. It's fairly likely that it was coordinated because it's too much of a coincidence. The same weekend, a U.S. citizen from Afghanistan detonated a bomb in New York City. 2 trainees disappeared from Fort Benning, 1 from Fort Lee, Virginia, and Little Rock, Arkansas. I see that name. I always want to say Arkansas.
We call it Arkansas all the time.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It's like, that's how you spell Kansas. You just put an R in front of it. A-R.
I mean, okay, so if that's Arkansas, I mean, would Kansas be Casal instead? I mean, I don't know.
I know, right? Yeah. I don't know. This is kind of like Nevada. Mm-hmm. 2 weeks later, 1 walked away from Fort Gordon and 2 more from Fort Leonard, Missouri. The Afghans were part of a Department of Defense training program for foreign soldiers. Planning, critical thinking, company commander level, and challenge staff level. It's a great experience for me, an Iraqi soldier said in a video about the program on Fort Benning's website. While the feds vet each student ahead of time, Friedman told Channel 2's Aaron Diamant the walk-offs expose gaps often overlooked. It could be that the students get into the program not because they want to be better military professionals, but because they see it as a vehicle to come to the country and then move on to some other purposes. Last December, 2 Afghan airmen disappeared from Moody Air Force Base in South Georgia. 1 turned up in Virginia weeks later. The other is still missing. Friedman says it's unclear whether the AWOL Afghans pose a specific threat, but that the integrity of the program clearly needs to be improved. So far, the feds have not identified the several men missing. In a written statement, a Homeland Security spokesperson told Diamant, ICE's Homeland Security Investigations is aware of the situation and is actively working to locate these individuals in coordination with the State Department and the Department of Defense. Get that shit.
So, if, they want, they lost, or they can't even find these, Afghani people that came over here to train, why do people think that we can just, take in all these Syrian refugees?
It's ridiculous.
And then be able to track them.
I know, right? There's no way you can. There's no way. Unless you want to put ankle bracelets on them.
There's no foul play. There's no, they just up and disappeared.
Yeah. They just got up and walked away. Derek says Fort Bragg to Florida is 6 hours. He lives in Raleigh, and it's 7.5 for him. Yeah, so I knew it was something like that. Maybe I'm used to 8 hours because we used to take the kids to Disneyland or Disney World.
Yeah.
So we'd always have to stop and shit. So I think we judged 8 hour total time. We'd normally leave at night, based off check-in time, and then come, backwards planning and all that shit. Whatever check-in time was, and then backwards plan to what time we'd leave. And it'd always be at night time so the kids could sleep in the van at night, so less stops, less bullshit. But then we'd always end up stopping around 5, 6 o'clock in the morning because that's what time they're waking up because they're in the freaking van. So we'd stop, pee break and all that kind of stuff, stretch legs. And then again, stop maybe an hour or so after that for breakfast. And then by the time we get to wherever it is, it's early afternoon, maybe 12. So yeah, it's like you're on vacation, so you're not trying to rush anywhere. You're just kind of like just chilling out, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
Like when we went from like Hood to here at Bliss, it took, I mean, Google Maps said like 8.5 hours, but it took us about 10.5 with the kids and the dogs. And we left at like 2 a.m. So.
that's not bad.
Yeah.
The last time I went to Florida was let me think. Just before I got out of the army. So before I got the job that I got, we was looking at moving to Florida. So I applied for a job at Disney. So I drove from Bragg.
Oh, perfect for you.
I know, right? I drove from Bragg to Orlando on a Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Booked into a hotel, done the interview on the Friday, and then left Orlando on the Saturday morning. Drove over to what's the name of it? But Eglin in like Pensacola, Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and then there drove, like stayed a night there, and then freaking drove back to Bragg. So I mean that was a lot of freaking driving. I was exhausted, but yeah. But that I think that Pensacola trip, Pensacola to Bragg, I think that's about 8 hours. I think I stopped once. I just wanted to get home. I was so freaking tired, just so done with it. Just wanted to go. Man, I was dead by the end of that trip.
We got like an hour outside of El Paso. Like, of course, like the speed limit here on like I-10 is like 80 miles an hour. But yet I had to go slower because the hubby had his truck and was pulling a trailer full of our shit. And his phone wouldn't charge in the vehicle, so he didn't have GPS. So like that hour outside, I was just like, fuck this shit. You know, I just started booking, and I get a call, and he's like, where the fuck are you? And I'm like, I'm still on the highway. He's like, I can't go that fast. I'm like, well, shit.
You know, the few times we've moved and shit, the wife done that as well. You know, you should take off. And I'm like in this big fucking like U-Haul truck or some shit. Like, I go any faster, this thing's gonna fucking fall apart. Like, I can't even see you anymore. Like, oh, we'll keep going. We'll get off at the next exit or some shit. Like, well, I don't know what the fuck next exit is. Like, where the hell are you at? Yeah. Oh, good fun. So, since we're speaking about people just like taking off and in the States, the Supreme Court has just rejected the Obama administration's request on immigration orders.
I saw that.
The Supreme Court rejected today a request for the Obama administration to rehear a case concerning its executive actions on immigration, dealing another blow to the president's attempt to put in place programs aimed at helping more than 4 million undocumented immigrants. The program sought to aid those undocumented immigrants to be able to come out of the shadows and apply for programs that could qualify them for work authorization and associated benefits. Last June, the eight-member court announced it was evenly divided in the case and issued a one-sentencing ruling without comment or dissent, upholding a lower court opinion that blocked the programs from going forward. The Obama administration asked the court this summer to rehear the case once it had 9 members again, although it is unclear when that will be. Acting Solicitor General Ian Greshelgorn argued in briefs that the court should grant rehearing to provide for a decision by the court when it has a full complement of members, rather than allowing a non-presidential affirmance by an equally divided court to leave in place a nationwide injunction of such significance. Without comment, the court denied the request, handing a victory to Texas and 25 other states who challenged the programs arguing they represented an unauthorized abuse of presidential power. Although the Supreme Court will not take up the case for now, it has been returned to the district court judge in Texas. After the Supreme Court's ruling in June, Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump tweeted that the court has kept us safe from exec amnesty for now, while Hillary Clinton said it was heartbreaking and could tear apart families. Yeah. Yeah. My whole stand is if you want to be here or any freaking country, do so legally. If you're going to like jump the border or overstay visas and all that kind of stuff, then that's on you.
That's your problem. You broke the law.
Exactly.
I mean, you did it legally, right?
Yeah, I done it legally. I mean, I went to jail for some stupid ass freaking reasons, but I done everything legally. They let me out of jail because they were happy that I done it legally. So yeah, hundreds and thousands of people do it all the time. So like, why should you be any different? Like, why should these people pay money and go through this long ass process to do it properly, and then you're just going to fucking jump a border or overstay your visas or whatever else, and then
they use the excuse, well, they don't want to break up families.
Yeah, it's pathetic. And half of these people get families or have families just for that reason, to use it as a sympathy case.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think they made the right call.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, if for no other reason, to make sure there's a full the board for members there for the full 9 people. But James is right, in my opinion. It has nothing to do with legal or illegal. It's all about the votes.
It is, because if typically immigrants vote Democratic, and
right,
of course that would help out Hillary in her case for the election.
Yeah, this election's a mess anyway. I mean, think about it. Out of the millions of people we have in America, these are the 2 people that are running for president. One, in my opinion, should not be able to run at a minimum. Should probably be in jail, but at a minimum should be disqualified for running for president. If for no other reason than the emails. She's been in politics her entire life, and I'm pretty sure she didn't just start handling classified information when she got to the State Department. So she's known about emails, classifications, and all that kind of crap for the best part of her freaking adult life. So for me that's no excuse. I couldn't handle 2. It was easier to handle 1 phone than 2 phones. Get out of here. Anyway, I'm not going to get into the politics. And then Trump, who again is by no means the best candidate there is. I just like the guy because he's outspoken. He says what's on his mind. Yes, he speaks before he thinks a lot of the time, and that's probably his biggest downfall.
But he's actually very intelligent, and I would see him hiring, the best of the best to be in his cabinet too.
Oh yeah, for sure. He was, I guess he was one of the first big companies to start bringing on females for executive positions and all kinds of shit. So this whole thing that he's against women, I don't buy that. I mean, he's got a big mouth. He's, like I said, he speaks before he thinks. I think that's where a lot of this like anti-women type stuff comes out.
It's funny how they try to use the clips that he said about Rosie O'Donnell against, like, they try to base what he said about Rosie O'Donnell like it's all women, and it's like, no, It's over that fat bitch.
Yeah, no one likes her.
No.
And then I think it was yesterday, I seen a clip. When was it? Oh, I was watching John Oliver last week tonight with John Oliver. Now, he's a bit of a freaking leftist, but I still think he's kind of funny. So I kind of ignore his bullshit. But he played a clip of Trump and I I guess Miss Universe. I can't remember her name.
Oh, the one that he's calling a pig or something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah, some shit like that. And I guess years and years back, when this all happened, he was interviewed by, I think it was CBS, and she was there as well. And he blatantly just turned around and said, you know, when she was Miss Universe, about halfway through, she kind of put on you kind of put on a bit of weight. And like her face just turned to disgust, like, no. Like he speaks his mind. He's blunt, and I think that is what attracts a lot of people to him, because he doesn't care. He says what's on his mind, and it's what it is. And I think that's what's needed, especially in this day and age, with all this stupid political correctness.
Everybody being offended.
Yeah,
like,
it's ridiculous. You know, bottom line, if you're offended by something, then don't go near it. If you don't like a way a store is doing something, don't go to the store. If you don't like the way someone is saying or doing some shit, as long as it isn't completely off the hook, then don't associate with them. I mean, it's that freaking simple. If you don't like a way a school is run, then don't go to the school. I mean, come on. Like, I don't want to hear, like, well, then the school's discriminating against me. No, it's not. The school's just doing what the school does. You say you want to go to that school, but that's bullshit, because if you wanted to go to the school, then you wouldn't give a shit about the policies or the way they do things and stuff. You're just saying that because you want to cause some freaking whatever. Ugh. Starting to get worked up.
See, and I would much rather have people be blunt and honest with me and then sugarcoat the shit out of, you know, the fact of life.
Right. Yeah. I mean, being blunt with people, I mean, it sucks because people don't like what you say half the time. And there's probably easier ways of saying it. But when you come up with these easier ways of saying stuff, then you run the risk of it being misunderstood.
Uh-huh.
So just be blunt. I mean, don't be like a complete freaking asshole and like cussing every second word, but just say what needs to be said. Like, hey, you screwed up. Like, this don't happen, that don't happen, or I don't give a shit about your feelings. If you want this thing and this is what we do the other thing, then tough shit. It is what it is. Go somewhere else. Simple. Oh, yeah. I don't know. So, since we were on the subject of the VA, we were on the subject of the VA. The VA is well known for, I guess, fraud, waste, and abuse when it comes down to funds. The last time we spoke about something like this was their artwork.
The $20 million?
Yeah, the $20 million in artwork. And I think that was over a span of like 10 years. But still, $20 million in 10 years, that's what, $2 million a year? Ridiculous. I mean, that $2 million a year could go towards maybe starting up a new department for, you know, some kind.
Or actually giving veterans, you know, the proper burial in the Chicago morgue.
Yeah, that too. I mean, there's a number of ways you could spend $2 million to directly help veterans. But that was the whole art thing. Well, this time, VA hospital spent $300,000 on robots it couldn't use. Now, the robots are pretty cool. I never knew they existed.
What kind of robots? Like surgical or?
No, like just weird freaking robots. So when I got out, I went to the Fayetteville VA, and I was walking around trying to look for like my doc. I think it's like the very first time I went in there, and I seen this little like trolley thing. You know, like them little cabinets, metal cabinets with drawers that are on wheels that they take like medication and stuff out of. It's like one of these type of things, like a square R2-D2, and it was just like going around on its own, like it was wheeling itself around. It was weird. Yeah, so I don't know like what is actually in it. I don't know if it was like medication coming from the pharmacy going to, certain doctor places. I don't know what was in it. Maybe it was just supplies. I have no idea. But it was weird. It was cool, but it was weird. So a Department of Veterans Affairs, a hospital in Wisconsin, spent nearly $500,000 on equipment it couldn't use, including 2 robot purchases to move supplies throughout the facility. Staffers at the VA Medical Center in Madison, Wisconsin, purchased 2 robots for about $313,000 in September 2012, without determining whether they could move effectively throughout the hospital's hallways. That's according to a report that came out on Friday, which was released by the agency's Inspector General, substantiating allegations of wasted funds at the medical center. The robots were not used for 2 years. The watchdog found that the hospital wasted about $410,000 on the robots and a laser lead extractor, which was leased by the facility's cardiology department for nearly $100,000 and not used for 2.5 years. That's freaking ridiculous. The audit provides the latest evidence of wasted funds at the federally run network of hospitals, which has been faulted for spending billions each year on contracts for goods and services without sufficient oversight. The Madison VA Hospital bought the robots 4 years ago to help distribute supplies throughout the facility and free up time for employees to focus on other priorities. That's according to the Inspector General. However, the logistics department did not assess whether the robots would be able to navigate the hospital's crowded hallways before purchasing them. That's freaking ridiculous. The most basic logistics of it. If you get something, you need to know if it can work in its environment. But obviously they said, screw that, we're just going to get it anyway. But yeah, these things are pretty cool. They're literally like the square R2-D2 type things with trays and cabinets and stuff. And
I mean, it sounds neat. It's just, I don't know how practical it is, though.
This thing worked pretty good. Like it had like a little yellow light on it, so it would flash, so people could see it. And then I think it like spoke words as well, or it beeped or something, just to like alert people that it was coming through. And it would slow down as it came in contact with like people in front or behind it or whatever. I think it went up to like an elevator. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But yeah, this thing went around corners and all kinds of stuff. And I guess it was just like delivering supplies from one part of the hospital to the other. But I mean, it was pretty cool. It obviously worked. And if it frees up people's time so they can focus their time on more important stuff, even if it's like what are they called? Not an usher, but an orderly. Even if it's an orderly transporting a patient from one part of the hospital to another, that's great, because that way the veteran doesn't have to wait around or try and walk or whatever. So instead of an orderly wheeling around of freaking supplies, now that orderly can actually help veterans. So that's pretty cool. I would say that's money well spent if you're freaking using it.
Yes.
And the other thing is, this happened in 2012. So what? 5 years ago? 4 years ago? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, 4 years ago. I can't math. 4 years ago. And the report is just being released now, like on Friday. Ridiculous. Since when does it take 4 years to investigate something? I mean, props to the Inspector General.
It's the government.
Well, I mean, props to the Inspector General for doing it and making sure it was done properly. And but 4 years. I mean, come on. That's something like that should like. I got it. There's probably a big caseload and stuff. So maybe 2 years. Not freaking 4 years. Yeah, ridiculous.
So it doesn't state like what kind of robots they might, come up with next or use next within
No.
the VA.
No. I mean, maybe they should replace management with robots.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah, these people. So they can sign off on buying some freaking robots, but they can't sign off to bury a freaking veteran.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. It's pretty sad.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The entire VA needs an overhaul. Like well, I can't say all, but I would say any management that has any derogatory stuff on their records for any reason needs to go. Replaced. Done.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the only way any of this shit's gonna change. And obviously hold people accountable. If you're not held accountable for your actions, then you're just going to do whatever because it doesn't matter, because nothing's going to happen, whether it's good, bad, whatever.
It's like my kids. If I don't hold them accountable for what they do, then...
Right. Yeah, if you don't hold people accountable, then nothing matters. So people don't give a shit. So they don't put time and effort into their job because it doesn't matter. And then it doesn't matter if they screw up because they're not going to be held accountable. So
And it's kind of like, shit rolls downhill. If you got management that doesn't care, doesn't do anything, well, that's going to, rub off onto their employees that work underneath them.
Oh, yeah, because the employees ain't going to give a shit because they know their managers don't care, so the employees just ain't going to care. So then, yeah, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I don't know.
I'm going to send you a message, Pi.
All right.
But, so... I know, with, the VAs, with Chicago has been, on the radar for not a good place,
Right.
And so is Phoenix. What, VAs in which cities have had good performance ratings?
Oh, wow. I don't know. That's something I'd have to probably research and pull up. Based off my personal experience, the Fayetteville, North Carolina VA, for the most part, was pretty good. I mean, parking is atrocious down there, but the treatment I got, the people I seen, interaction type stuff, never had an issue. Never had an issue. The doctors I seen, always polite, courteous, always interested in what's going on with me. Always followed up when they said they would. Never had any issues from the VA, Fayetteville VA. And then here in Columbus, Ohio, never had any issues whatsoever. They kind of got it broken down. So if you're an OEF, OIF vet, they have like a specific team dedicated to you. Then people in the OIF, OEF office and the social workers, outstanding. Like I can't say enough about them. Like the doctors, the social workers, the nurses, like every single one of them do an outstanding job. Unbelievable. The blood work department, great. The chiropractors, the pain management people I go see, freaking amazing. I can't say enough about these people. I've never ever had an issue with them, not one. So that's just my personal experience. Now that doesn't mean to say there haven't been issues with other people. I've just never had an issue. I guess I've been one of the lucky ones to avoid any of that kind of bullshit. What I will say though is while I was waiting for my meds at one point in the Columbus, Ohio VA, I have this thing that I'd like to look around and read shit. So I was reading some bulletin board or something they had up, and I had noticed that I can't remember if it was an IG thing or it was some kind of report that determined that they were discriminating against some type of veterans or staff or something, and a couple of people had their PP smacked for that, but they had that up as a public notice thing, which I think was pretty cool. I mean, I guess management wouldn't like that, because they're airing their dirty laundry. But the fact that they're telling people, hey, we screwed up, it got noticed, and now we're changing our ways. I think that's kind of a good thing. But yeah, I personally never had any issues. But yeah, that doesn't mean other people haven't. Which brings us on to a good point Reptimant brought up. We also here at WTF Nation Radio have someone that works for the VA. So if you guys ever have any like major VA issues, then you can contact us. Go to our website at WTFNationRadio.com. Go to the link that says like contact us, and down there it should say like VA rep or contact our VA rep or something like that. Just click on that and then type away a message. Now, just so you know, there's only one person that gets that message, that email, and that is our VA rep. So what will happen is you type a message saying, hey, I'm so-and-so, I want to talk to you about some issues I'm having with the VA, and then just send. That's all you need to do. And our VA rep will then contact you via your personal email, like using the information you put into the form, and that way you two can communicate with each other, discuss your issues, and no one else sees it. So PERSEC and PII is you don't have to worry about that, because you'll speak directly to the VA rep. No one else on staff gets to see anything you put in there, anything you talk about. We take PERSEC and PII like very, very seriously. So that's why only the VA rep gets to see that shit. No one else. So if you're having any issues with the VA, or if you just got questions about the VA or programs or anything to do with that, you can contact our VA rep. Again, go over to WTFNationRadio.com, click on Contact Us, and then contact our VA rep and shoot them a message, and they'll be able to help you out.
I was actually, our VA rep is phenomenal. I had a friend, her husband passed. He killed himself from PTSD related suicide, and our VA rep, like she was my friend, she was having a hard time getting some things taken care of, and it had taken like months, like I would say probably almost over a year, and our VA rep was able to straighten all that out for her within a matter of a couple of days.
Oh wow.
So, and this is people like our VA rep are the ones that take care of our veterans versus the management. So
yeah, kind of going back to what I said earlier, the quote unquote little people, the people on the ground, they're the ones that want to help veterans, that do it for the right reasons. Once you get to that management stage, then the focus is no longer on the veterans, it's on you. But the people on the ground, for the most part, generally speaking, these people love what they do. They're there to help veterans. They want to be there to help veterans. And our VA rep, I don't, to be honest, I don't know what they have done, because they don't tell us anything about what they do, because it's all personal and private.
Yeah, and I only know about this because, I got my friend in contact with their VA rep, and then my friend, she got back with me, and she's like, thank you. She's like, thank you so much. Like, so that's the only, reason why I know about this particular case.
Right.
But, and then also a lot of the people, that are on the ground at the VA, they're veterans themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of these people are. I know our VA rep is a veteran.
Yes.
Yeah. So, so if you guys got any issues, I know our VA reps told us a few times in the past, hey, I had someone contact me, I'm sorting out the issues, I just wanted to let you guys know that someone did contact me. And that's essentially it. They do that just, I guess, to let us know that people are contacting them and using them to help sort their stuff out. So it's just not like a wasted resource. But that's all we know. And I don't think it's every single time either. It's now and then that they tell us, oh, hey, I had someone hit me up. Like, that's it. So like I said, PII and PERSEC is huge. We take it very seriously. Obviously, because U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, there's a lot of us that for one reason or another can't put our identities out there because of who we are.
Correct.
Yeah, so we take PERSEC and PII very, very seriously. All our sources that send stories into the U.S. Army WTF Moments never ever get revealed. I mean, we've been threatened by freaking being sued and chain of commands and CID investigations and have at it. Go for it. Let us know when you find something. I mean, nothing ever comes of that crap because they can't do anything. So we never buckle under any kind of pressure. Is what it is. If you want to get a court order and bring me into court, you can do that. That'd be fine. I'll welcome it. I'll do that thing that's, was it? I plead the fifth.
Yes.
Now you can't do shit. You can't get any information out of me. You don't have any information to start with, so it's a waste of your time. So good luck with that.
Scare tactics.
Yeah, I know, right? I've been to jail. Jail ain't nothing. Come on, son. Yeah, there you go. So, so make sure if you guys need it, make sure you use it because our VA rep is phenomenal. They do great stuff. And our VA rep, Mark says, is your VA rep a VA employee? Yes. They work for the VA, an actual no shit VA employee. So they have access to, well, I'm not sure how the VA employee stuff works, but they can access your records, or if they personally can't do it, they can get it done. But I've known they've helped out numerous amounts of people, from filing a claim to sorting out the mess of claims to sorting out other issues, like Raptorman was talking about. This VA rep, I'm not sure how much power they hold, like as far as their position, but I do know they get shit done. And
yes.
That's really all that matters at the end of the day. As long as you get shit done, who cares who they are or what they do, as long as they're making it happen. So big shout out to our VA rep. And it's probably good time to leave it on such a high note like that, because it's
I agree.
about that time of the day, boys and girls. So first and foremost, as always, thank each and every one of you for watching, listening, and hanging out with us. And if you're listening to the podcast at a later date, thank you for taking the time to come back and listen to me ramble. As I said before, without you guys and girls, none of this would be possible. So I hope we've helped you in some kind of way, whether it's just letting you know we have a VA rep to help you guys, or whether I've educated you on some of the news and current events that's going on. Or just put a smile on your face because you looked at my face. That works too.
There you go.
Yeah. So, once again, thank you to each and every one of you. Remember, we have a show every night of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, always starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then you can find me here more often than not, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting at 12 noon until 2 p.m. Eastern. James says, remember Michigan over OSU this year. That's no contest. I mean, come on, man. Look at OSU on Saturday. Was it 27-0 against Baylor? I think it was. Yeah. Michigan's got no hope. Anyway. Go
Buckeyes.
Yeah, go Bucks. Remember to tune in tonight for Redleg and the Monday edition. Redleg spent his weekend at his brother's wedding. That's why I done Friday Night Fuckery, because he was out having fun, drinking and getting naked, and trying to convince his brother not to do it.
I wonder if he's got some good drunken family stories from
know,
the wedding.
Right? Yeah, maybe something happened over the weekend that should be like one of them. What stays in Vegas, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas type stories.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
Everybody's
not
got a
anymore.
cell phone.
But yeah, so tune in tonight for the Monday edition with Redleg to find out if Redleg's got any interesting wedding stories from the weekend. But apart from that, I think we've pretty much covered everything.
I think so too.
Yeah. So from us here, me and Raptor Mom, as always, you guys enjoy the rest of your day.
Well, that's all, folks. That's my line. Step aside, babe. Let a star do this. That's all! That's all, folks!
Can I go home now?